Now at 8, it's the first alert weather day. Looking live outside as the rain has moved out tonight, mostly, but not because before causing flooding across parts of the tri-state area. That includes scenes like this one in Hoboken, where drivers slowly went through the high water. The ongoing headache for people dealing with the aftermath. And breaking tonight, first responders called to a basement apartment in Brooklyn, found one person dead inside. Good evening, I'm Dick Brennan. We begin with that breaking news. Downpours triggered flooding that turned deadly in Brooklyn. Firefighters responded to a call of someone trapped in a flooded basement at about 4:30 this afternoon in East Flatbush. It happened at 564 Kingston Avenue. Police say FDN1 divers went into the flooded basement apartment and during a search located the 39-year-old man. He was rushed to Kings County Hospital where he died. We spoke to people who live nearby.
I'm really shocked, to be quite honest. I'm really shocked, but my heart goes out to that person because he didn't deserve it. Nobody deserves to have something as far as nature to die from.
The name of the victim was not released. We have a crew at the scene working to get more information. The city did issue text messages and emails today warning of flash flooding in parts of our area, urging people to move to higher ground. New Yorkers must enroll to get these messages by going to Notify NYC. All right, all this afternoon and into the evening, we saw reports of flooding, down trees and more. Scott Padgett joins us now. The rain, Scott, winding down, but we have another day tomorrow to deal with.
Yeah, tomorrow it's more about the wind, and we did see a number of trees down today, Dick, because of those strong winds and a saturated ground. My concern is also for tomorrow. We've issued our first alert weather day for tomorrow. As you take a look tonight, we still have some rain on the radar. Heavier rain right now, west sides of Jersey moving its way on in. This will continue to slowly make its way from the southwest to the north and east, and you can see east end right now. We can still see through parts of Suffolk County. We're dealing with a large amount of rain all the way through parts of the Hamptons. So flooding concerns there. Here's the larger view as we widened it out and backed it up by about 6 hours. There's that heavy rain. You see that red line that made its way over the city. So we had a number of flash flood warnings. It's all because of this low pressure back to our west. That's continued to lift its way to the north and east. But as we zoom our way down just a bit more, you can see all of these little buttons indicating where we had local storm reports. And we did see a large amount of rain and record rainfall. Look at the Central Park, 1.85 inches. New York, just under 2 inches. And LaGuardia, more than 2 inches. All of those daily rainfall record, Dick. We're going to be seeing the rain really tapering off as we go through tonight. But tomorrow, winds gusting up to possibly 45 miles per hour in the forecast. And that's a concern for us. That's why we issued the first alert weather day and a wind advisory.
Yeah, and it's Halloween, too. The kids are going to be out. All right, Scott, thanks very much. New Jersey also saw flooding today, which has now mostly receded. Naveen Dhaliwal is in Hoboken, where some streets were impassable at times.
We're at the intersection of 7th Street and Willow Avenue, and while things are mostly dry at this hour, this afternoon, this intersection was under several inches of water. Police blocked off the intersection after storm drains overflowed, flooding all four corners and blocking doorways to businesses. Now, drivers were seen carefully inching through the high water earlier this afternoon. Some building owners tell us they found minor flooding in their basements, but thankfully nothing major. Over at Newark and Garden Streets, a passenger on a bus shot this cell phone video as the driver maneuvered the bus carefully through the intersection. Residents say this kind of street flooding happens far too often here, a familiar nuisance every time there's heavy rain.
It's like a river. It's very difficult to get across the street, and it's very difficult to get to where you need to get to. If you have work, you have to call out. It's hard that way, and
Terrifying.
And it is terrifying, and I have the baby with me, so it's very difficult for me to, get wherever I need to go.
For now, the water has receded, but many are calling for better drainage solutions in hopes of this not happening again. In Hoboken, Naveen Dhaliwal, CBS News, New York.
Today we saw scenes like across the tri-state area, flooded streets in Bayside, Queens, where drivers moved carefully, leaving waves in their wake. Things are calming down a bit, but there's more rain ahead. Scott Padgett is here with more. Scott.
Hey there, Dick. Yeah, we still have some rain on our first alert radar. Nothing like what we saw earlier today. But looking at the radar, we have this next little band that's making its way through parts of New Jersey, stretching all the way from Pike County down through parts of Mercer County. I did some nowcasting, and this line, it is not severe, but it does have some moderate to heavy rain in it. A couple of lightning strikes, so a couple of isolated storms with it. It's moving to the northeast at about 25 miles per hour. So it's going to be in Bridgewater about 8:44, South Brunswick about 3 minutes after 9, North Brunswick about 9 9, 19. And so we can expect some heavy rain moving through. And then widening out the view, also a lot of rain through parts of the east end, all wrapping around this area of low pressure back to the west. That low pressure lifts its way to the northeast, and our rain comes to an end overnight tonight. And then we're going to be seeing another first alert weather day for your Friday because of gusty winds again, making problems for us, probably trick-or-treating or just out and about. More on that coming up, Dick.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. The high winds and heavy rain caused trees to come down in Queens, damaging some cars. Adi Guajardo was in Flushing.
Hey, Dick, I'm standing in an area where a massive tree came toppling down. You can see how it left this gaping hole right here and really did some damage to this sidewalk right in this area. It's why you see this crime tape blocking off this part. Now, I want you to take a look at the scene of what this place looked like earlier today when this gigantic tree came crashing down during the storm here on 160th Street and 33rd Avenue. You can see that it was completely uprooted, making it impossible to get through this road. Several areas throughout Queens were also impacted. Over in Hollis, Queens at 205th Place and 100th Avenue, a large tree fell on a black BMW, shattering the back window. And in Corona, Queens on 47th Avenue and 104th Street, another massive tree was blown over and fell on top of a vehicle. Now, we've been driving throughout parts of the city where there is still standing water in some areas, and cleanup has begun in other areas. In Queens, Adi Guajardo, CBS News, New York.
The severe weather led one Ocean County, New Jersey town to postpone trick-or-treating. Residents at Toms River usually do their trick-or-treating on October 30th to make way for the world-famous Halloween parade on the 31st. But with the heavy wind, rain, and flooding, the town rescheduled candy collection for Saturday.
Because that way people can still attend the parade. They don't have to deal with this crummy weather. And the mayor is very concerned about the safety of our children and their experience for Halloween.
I think it's good. It's better for the kids to not having to deal with all the wind and everything.
Halloween parade steps off tomorrow at 7 p.m., rain or shine. We have another First Alert Weather Day tomorrow. As you heard, we'll bring the latest forecasts and conditions on the air and online at cbsnewyork.com.